Hey, I'm Josh.
And I'm Rianne, and we're the co-founders of Impact Business Base. We want you to succeed in social impact business.
And that's why we created this video for you. Enjoy. Oh, hey, how's it going? Welcome to the kitchen here. So I was getting up this morning thinking about cooking my breakfast, and I decided that I wanted to help you cook up a vital piece of your social impact business. So that's what I'm going to do on this video with you today. So stay with me here for just a few minutes because I'm going to help you throw the ingredients together and make what will be such a vital part of your social impact business, and that's your story. It's the story that you share with people that brings them into your community. It's the story that makes your brand sticky and makes people know that they're part of something bigger than themselves. So let's talk about this. Now, first of all, why should you care about this? Well, let me tell you why you should care. Because I've been in social impact business now for about 10 years. And when I started out, there were literally tons of these social impact startups that really didn't have a huge interest in running a business. They just wanted to frankly sell a bunch of stuff that gave back to this social cause that they cared about. And alongside that, back then and still to this day, we've got a lot of these corporations that give some kind of a percentage, right, to a charity that they care about. But when you really dig in, it just doesn't seem like that charity's connected to anything they do as a business. It's not tied in, right, to the central elements of their story. That won't work for you. For us as social impact entrepreneurs, we have to have a genuine and authentic why, a genuine and authentic story that just weaves through everything we do so that our community of customers, community of service, that they get our story and they get brought into our story at every touch point, right? So that's what you want to do. Now, how do you do that? How do you cook up your story and then share it? Well, let's go ahead and make some story stew. So I'll walk you through the 4 things that you've got to do as you craft your story, the 4 questions you want to ask yourself and write down. Now, by the way, let's say you feel like you're like, yeah, Josh, I already have my story and it's woven through. Always a good idea to revisit it and do this exercise that I'm about to walk you through. So question number 1, represented by this piece of garlic here, I think it's garlic anyway. Question number 1 you want to ask yourself and write out is, what is your aha moment? What's that moment where you knew, beyond a shadow of a doubt, that you were destined to create social impact through business? What's that moment, set of experiences that came together to inspire you that a for-profit, for-purpose business was the best way to do the most good in the world? That's a vital part of your story. So you want to write that down. All right, now this lemon represents question number 2. Who is your community of customers? Who are you going to sell your product or service to, right? Why do they matter to you? How are you going to bring them into this story? Because remember, as a social impact entrepreneur, you need to make your community of customers part of something bigger than themselves. So that's question 2. Who's your community of customers and how are you going to bring them into your story? All right, and then this green apple, we have, who is your community of service? Who is that group or that person or that community that you want to make social impact on with your business? And why do you want to serve them in that way? You want to think about that. You want to think about their story because those elements are a critical piece of your story, and that's the story you share with the world, right? When you're making people part of something larger than themselves, they better get to know your community of service as well. So that's point 3. Who is your community of service, and why do you want to serve them in that way? Now, point 4 is, how are you going to share the story of that impact? How are you going to spread that through with the world? How are you going to weave that into every touch point with your business? For example, a lot of social impact entrepreneurs out there, they actually have their story as a piece of their branding. I like Listen headphones. I listen on them all the time. With every pair of headphones they sell out, they talk about their mission, which is helping the world to hear. For every pair of headphones they sell, they give a set of hearing aids away. They mention that on their packaging, right? So when I open it up and get my headphones, I know that. So the 4th and final ingredient of your story stew is, how do you share that story? And there we have the story stew, which will help you think through how to get this rolling. Oh, Rianne,
I'm not sure.
you're interrupting my shot.
I'm sorry. I don't know what breakfast you're cooking.
Well,
I think it needs eggs.
Probably does. Well, now that you're here, why don't you tell them what we've created to help them craft their story?
Yeah. Actually, if you go down below, you can download your worksheet to actually work out all these 4 questions yourself and get started on your why story today.
Absolutely. And like I said, no matter whether you're just starting or you feel like you have it right now, this is a great exercise. I've worked with a lot of students on this. It's a great exercise to either help you craft this or help you rethink it if you feel like you have a lot of the ingredients already.
Yeah. And I want a better breakfast.
All right, we can do that.
Okay. See ya.
Take care, folks.